Herald has this rich legacy of using photography well, displaying it well, in a way that emotionally engages its readers. It's unlike any newspaper I've ever seen.
The Saturday feature is a word picture story that is published every Saturday in the Herald and has been since 1978.
What we try to do with these stories is we try to kind of peel back that surface level layer and try to dive into these people's lives and share, as much as they're willing to let us, share with others.
I personally thought it would last about 5 years, because how could you sustain this? We'd have to move on to something different. What I realized over time, and 30 years later, more than 30 years later, was that we're just telling people's stories, and there are always people out there and always people with stories.
It's not just about the pictures, it's not just about the words. There are great storytellers here. We did some stories on elderly, and we did stories on little kids, and we did stories on immigrants.
We've done stories about poverty, we've done stories about foreign adoption, we've done stories about ailments.
We've done some creative things, we've done some different things, we've done some unusual things.
Some of them just are days in the life or glimpses of what life in Dubois County is like. Basically, they're stories about our readers, for our readers.
The Saturday feature really boils down to good storytelling.
Some of these stories can be shot in one day, some can be shot over the course of several months or a year. So the amount of photos we could be looking at could be in the thousands, or it could be 100 or so.
What the Herald taught me was that you don't need to go to an exotic location to make interesting pictures.
A lot of these stories are right there in your backyard.
They get to see themselves, they get to see their friends and their neighbors.
We depend on the community for the stories that we tell. They understand that they can trust us with their story, that they can trust us to let us into their homes and document their lives.
I think it really takes them going through an experience, being the subject of it, to really understand that, yeah, we do want to see them going to bed at night or waking up first thing in the morning.
We knew it was going to be our father's last time where he will be there for butchering. What helped us get through it all is having them document everything and knowing that that's something that we can always keep and to show to our children.
Especially in stories that may show struggle or pain, it's going to create a better understanding for what your family members or your neighbors are going through. It kind of creates a different level of sympathy for a person they may feel they already know.
And those stories that affect the heart are the ones that I think the community appreciates so very much.
I hope the Saturday feature is important to the community as a historical document of where we live and who we are and where we came from and where we're going. The ultimate goal of the Saturday feature is to keep telling these interesting stories from our community, to keep bringing readers new and interesting stories week after week after week, and to hopefully continue doing it for another 35 years.